that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Check your hands. Check. Lunch 59.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd down, Valentine. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Valentine. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Mayfield off the play fake. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Valentine. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides.
Check 43. Up. Hey, 133. Check 59.
Here's Mayfield. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. The 7th play now, this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Mayfield now from the 50. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. So first possession, 4th and short. Field goal's no gimme from here. What do you think about going for it?
I'm not just thinking about it. I'm signaling, go for it. Let's get this, all right? Yeah, look, you're right. You know, the field goal's there, but it's not a chip shot. My big thing is opening drive. You're trying to establish momentum. Let's not stall it ourselves. Let's go get this first down and then continue on downfield and try and get a touchdown.
Like your confidence.
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. He had the distance, but it's no good. Line to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Swift. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Off the play fake, Blackman. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On third down, Blackman. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14. From the shotgun. It's Mayfield. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 83 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 2nd and 14. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 50-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one.
The score tied 7-7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Check 55. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Throwing on first down, Blackman. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Looking to throw. Blackman eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike spot 9, Mike spot 10.
Throwing again. Blackman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Check, 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 check.
To throw on 3rd down. Blackman flushed out right. And he comes back with one complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
180.
On first down, Valentine. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if it's bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Hey, Haywood.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Check. Hatchet. Zoom. Nickel.
On first down, Blackman. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
The kicker on for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Broncos take over first and 10. Let's go. 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Looking left side, and it's complete. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Blackman. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Off play action. Blackman. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
They'll run on first down. Swift working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
It's a gain of 7.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now again, right side, Swift. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right down Broadway. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, high 7.
Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. On second down now, Valentine. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Well, that second down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
To throw on second down, Blackman. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get him back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Mike Spark 9, Mike Spark 9. Get that quarterback team.
Looking to throw on second down. Blackman. And he fires one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
At the 45-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mayfield looks to throw, and that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Fielded at the 20. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is,
and he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Off the play fake. Blackman sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Following the interception, Mayfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. On 2nd down, Valentine. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Hey, I'm 33.
Now Mayfield. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defense...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
Back to throw. Blackman He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Blackman. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
2nd and 9 now. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
I got you, punk. Check 13. Check 13. Shift. Watch the shift.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Man, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 67 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd down and goal. Mayfield flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Off play action. Blackman. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back now in the East Bay. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And it's a fumble, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8.
59 mark. Check, 59. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Check 26. Check 26. Watch twist. Watch twist. Hey, watch this. Watch this. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Off the play fake. Blackman. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play that time for the Raiders. 59 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Come on, boy. Go. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Go. That's right. Go. 55. Mark 55. All day, dog.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's their quarterback taking it in. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And how about that return, as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hurry, hurry. My God.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. From 19 yards away, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything?
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Blackman escaping the pressure right. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, and their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run. Now Mayfield lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Broncos' 30.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Go get him.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Mike, check, 59.
From the gun, Blackman. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Regular. Light 42.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's got his man here as Gary Jennings Jr. A gain of 6 there on first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Move.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right at midfield. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll try the left side. Swift. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
On 3rd down, Swift. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Deuce.
On 3rd down, Swift. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Let's make these babies cry.
On 4th down, Blackman. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
The kicker on for the point after.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Point it right. 50. 52. Go. Let's go.
First down, Mayfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Mayfield on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Alert.
Mayfield now. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. On 1st and 10, Blackman. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
I'm coming after you. Mike 5'9".
To throw again, Blackman. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.